Hi there, I'm Paul Joy. Anyone that follows my work or visits my blog regularly will know that I'm a big fan of these things, Glidetracks. This is the Glidetrack Shooter SD. This is one which goes with me on most shoots. It's so small it can fit in my tripod bag, and it just enables me to grab sliding shots. Specifically for this one I use it with a DSLR, but you know, it's just great to be able to just get a few sliding shots with something which is so small and portable. Okay, so this one is the Glidetrack HD. Again, similar system. This is one which I'll often use with my EX1 because it's a heavier, sturdier system, slightly less portable, although obviously it's not huge, easier to carry around than a full dolly rig. But you know, you can't chuck this one in your backpack. This is a bit more of a beast. Okay, so here we have the new Glidetrack hybrid slider. Now you'll see straight away there's a few differences between this and the other systems I've shown you, so I'll talk you through those now. Okay, in the carriage here, the reason it's called a hybrid is because it now contains a mixture of self-lubricating roller bearings and the traditional plastic liners which are used on the other Glidetrack models. The result of this is a much more fluid slide. This thing just rolls on its own, literally, because of those bearings. I mean, you know, you have to put only a minute angle on this and it's off. You mount a camera on here, you can use either fluid head, ball head, whatever sort of style you prefer, just screws straight onto the threaded mount here. And it's so easy to push, as I say, 4 to 5 times easier than the other system. So I can literally mount my EX1 on here and push it with my little finger, it's that smooth. The other benefit with this new system is that because it uses self-lubricating bearings, there's no oil or grease in them. So if you get dirt or grit or sand or something in there, you just strip it down, wash it under the tap, dry it off, put it back together again, and you're good to go. Okay, so the other feature on the carriage is the locking nut. This comes standard with the hybrid slider, as well as obviously locking it into position if you want to keep it locked off. You can use this to apply a little bit of force, and it actually works really well just to apply a bit of friction. So if you mount your camera, you don't want it just to be kind of rolling off on its own. You want to be able to have a little bit more control. You can actually just tighten it up slightly and it still moves really smoothly. That's something which is a big help if you're kind of using a really light camera even, you know, just to be able to have a little bit more control. So that works really well too. Okay, so let's move on to the feet. To start with, you can adjust these vertically, so you can lock them into position, and then it enables you to use the Glidetrack on uneven ground. You can get each foot individually height adjusted to be able to give you a nice level surface. Okay, so you might be asking, why the funky ball feet? Well, there's a really good reason for this. If you use this at an angle, say you're using your Glidetrack at 45 degrees pressed against the wall, the actual surface contact area with the wall is going to be on the 45-degree angle on the feet. So with this rubber ball, it's always going to be in contact. Likewise with the bottom, you know, you've got contact with the rubber on the floor because it's a ball. This can literally be at any angle, it can even be on its back, and you're still going to have rubber contacting the surface which it's standing on. The other great thing is they're non-marking rubber as well, so you're not going to leave kind of little black lines everywhere where you use your Glidetrack. Okay, so the other real big advantage to this new foot system is it literally means you can go out with your Glidetrack and you can make this thing cling on anywhere. You can hang it on a wall, you know, you can be just walking around and looking for different ways you can use this. Now, anything you can hook these little balls over, it'll hang on, and then you can adjust the angle and get a shot. Just to be able to now be off the ground, I mean, you know, usually you're kind of looking for flat surfaces to make your Glidetrack work. With this, that's not the case. You can literally walk around, find objects that these feet can hang on and make it work and get some really interesting shots. The other thing they allow you to do, you can flip the whole thing over. So you can shoot upside down, have your camera hanging on the bottom, stand these on something and then shoot looking down with the camera. Great, but to be able to do that is a real bonus. And also now we've got a thumb screw which holds the whole foot onto the rail. So if you want to disassemble it at the end of the day, you don't need to have an Allen key, you can just unscrew it with your fingers and pack it away. Okay, so if you're shooting weddings, events, anything where you need to move quickly, this is a really nice feature. So easy to adjust and quick. You're not faffing around with tools, getting this thing level. Real big improvement. So if you've got one of the other Glidetrack systems and you'd really like to have a hybrid, the great news is you can actually buy the hybrid carriage as a retrofittable system. All you need to do is visit glidetrack.com, and you'll be able to see all the options there. As I say, much improved carriage, nice slick movement now. We've got these new feet, easily adjustable, can use it at all different angles. A big improvement. If you want to watch any more videos, visit my blog at www.pauljoy.com and leave comments or just get in touch. It's always nice to hear from people. Thanks for watching.